Hello, and welcome to another update video on XRP. So XRP has entered the support zone. We already see a small reaction. We'll have to see how the market develops today, but for now, I continue to follow the idea here that a wave 4 could have bottomed on the 2nd, 3rd of August. Scenario has not changed. This is still seen as a wave 4 low, and if you followed the previous video updates, then you know that this is going to be the perspective. As long as we're holding above $2.85 below that level, it becomes more probable that a more bearish scenario is unfolding. And we could indeed break below $2.66 next, the structural support line here. Yeah. Which could then send us to $2.46 to $2.21 as next, let's say, Fibonacci support zone for a different scenario in which we would be tracking a B wave pullback. Not a wave 2, but a B wave. It is difficult and weird price action that we are tracking here, I have to say, with only a very, very and crystal clear 3-wave move up from the August low. I cannot clearly assign the direct move to the upside very, very high probabilities. A 5-wave move up would give us more clarity. Unfortunately, we don't have 5 waves up. I explained over the last few days why that is, why we're likely spending some time below that green line, located at $3.40, because this is a very, very strong resistance, and it's just not so easy to break above this resistance area, which means that we might see some consolidation between resistance, or the $3.40 breakout level, and above the $2.85 support level. We see exactly that at the moment. The market has not clearly made a decision yet, and bear in mind, breaking above such a strong resistance level can first of all take some time, and it'll require the right environment. At the moment, the market is rather in a short-term sell-off mode after Bitcoin pumped to a new all-time high yesterday. The pullback is currently happening within parameters. So also here on the XRP chart, nothing really unusual happening. Just be ready that should the market break below $2.85, the white count is playing out. I've removed the microstructure, but the context is still there. So A wave, hold on. What happened here? A wave down, B wave up, C wave down. This would be the short-term, you could say, alternative scenario. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So it's either the upper support here, which I actually call it lower micro support for some reason. I think we had before another support zone there. So if micro support holds, or the lower B wave support here, yeah, or actually is triggered. At the moment, we've dipped into the upper support zone for the second time. Happened here the first time on Tuesday. We had a first reaction, but it formed a lower high. Now quite an impulsive sell-off. Well, that was to a degree related to some metrics, some data from the US. For example, PPI came in way higher than forecasted. Not by myself, but just generally by analysts and market participants. Expectations were for a lower PPI. Now the market took that a little bit as a shock. That increases, I think, the probabilities that we might not get an interest rate reduction. So in September. So again, all of that has a small impact. The market now needs to digest that. But honestly, we're here on the 1-hour time frame. Nothing has really changed. We just see the market is a little bit under pressure today, but that's all still within very well-defined parameters within the already discussed scenario. The main problem here is that the move to the upside from the August low is really just a clear 3-wave move up, and that just doesn't offer very clear probabilities for higher prices. I'm still leaning towards it because of the context, but I would also not be surprised, particularly if the market decides to give us a broader wave B. So the levels should all be clear. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in further updates, make sure you follow us here on X for additional updates, for commentary, for news, and much more. Also, updates are here sometimes faster than on YouTube, so check it out. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.